Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Aston Villa versus Nottingham Forest. Aston Villa won the game 2-1. It was a game of two halves. In the first half, Aston Villa dominated and they had so many chances, and Rogers and Marlin scored the goals for the Villa. And then in the second half, Nuno made some really good tactical changes. Because in the first half, it seemed like Nottingham Forest was playing about five or even about six at times, and they just did not. They just struggled. But then in the second half, Nuno made a lot of good changes and they just played a lot more expansively in that second half, and they were able to get a goal back. If I'm being honest, I can't remember who scored the goal for them. Obviously, disrespect, no disrespect. I just can't remember. So let me know in the comments. And then, to be honest, they had so many chances in that second half that they could have easily came back and drew the game or even won the game. Aston Villa did 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 have a lot of lucky moments in that second half, and yeah, Aston Villa were able to win the game 2-1, as I said, and it was a vital 3 points for that fifth place Champions League spot for next season. Because let's be honest, even though Aston Villa still have a chance to win the Champions League, realistically, I don't think it's likely. So the fifth place finish is important to get into the Champions League next season. And in last week, they got 6 points because they won midweek as well. So that will just consolidate the top, the top fifth, the top fifth finish even more. Obviously, there's a long way to go yet, because at the moment the Villa are in sixth place, but obviously there's still a lot of football to be played for that fifth spot. But Aston, Aston Villa are in the driving seat, so to speak. The longer they keep winning games and the longer they keep scoring a lot of goals, that's all they can do. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. Obviously, I think apart from the fifth place finish race, the rest of the season's pretty boring. And if I'm being honest, I think the season's pretty much over for a lot of teams, because obviously Liverpool are going to win the league, and they've been on top of the league for most of the season, and they've been pretty comfortable for the most part. And in the relegation places, Southampton and Leicester and Ipswich are probably going to be the teams going down. Because let's be honest, Ipswich had a good result midweek, but they needed to win today against Wolves, and they didn't. They were leading, but then Wolves were able to get two goals back in order to get all 3 points. So we'll have to wait and see how the rest of the season plays out. But obviously the fifth place race is the only thing that's really interesting in the Premier League. And to be honest, I think this season's been pretty boring and pretty flat as a whole. And I think there's been times where the football's been really bad. Obviously, there's been a couple of good games, but I think a lot of the football has, has been really lackluster at times. But anyway, let me know what you think. Thank you. Thank you for giving me some of your time. Have a good day. Stay safe. Bye bye. Thank you for the support.